I got a question, though. It relates to the draft. Have you mastered the dap when the player gets drafted?
Yeah,
it's their happiest moment of their life as well.
Are you sore?
And are you sore the next day? Because these 300-pound men are grabbing you, picking you up, squeezing you. Do you feel that pain the next day after dapping them up?
Oh, yeah, no question. No, the guys who are the worst are when you see them coming and you know it's about to happen, you're ready for it. It's when they they let you down, then they come back for a second one, and that always gets me.
Yeah.
The kid from Cleveland Browns did that to me. He could have thrown me 5 rows into the stand.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. I'm Rob Gronkowski, and Julian Edelman is somewhere out there acting like a squirrel looking for a nut once again. And this is the show where your favorite dudes talk about their favorite dudes. And today, we've got a very special guest on hand, the 8th commissioner of the NFL Football League. He's not just doing a great job, he's doing an excellent job expanding the game like no other over the past few years. Ladies and gentlemen, Roger Goodell. And we're talking about our big pitch to improve the league.
What do you think about Wednesday night football?
Flag football in the Olympics in 2028, the first year of flag football.
You know, retired players can play too, you know.
Can we?
Yeah.
And also, we use our patented Dude Questionnaire to find out what kind of dude Roger Goodell is.
Can me and Grob just have a little word to ourselves real quick?
Uh-oh.
And then we hit the hotline and the chillest dude of the week presented by Coors Light. Let's get into it. Dudes on Dudes is a production of iHeartRadio. What's up, everyone? Just in case you didn't know already, we're doing another live show. Our first live show was at Fanatics Fest. It went smooth. It was excellent. We had wonderful guests. But now we're bringing it to Boston at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway on August 28th. It's an evening with the Nut House. Dudes on Dudes. Games with Names will be there as well. Merch will be available. Myself, Jules, special guests. It's going to be an absolute epic night. It's going to be a lot of fun, and the energy is going to be high. Tickets are on sale July 8th at 10 a.m. My bad. Tickets are on sale July 11th. I was getting excited. I hopped the gun a little bit. July 11th at 10 a.m. And you can get your tickets at Ticketmaster while they last. Hey, Kyler, what are we expecting with this first live show in Boston? I know the one in New York was excellent, but what are we expecting here where we started our career?
Well, you kind of already did one too. You were very much a part of the Games with Names live show. So it's just going to be an extension of that. It's going to be a ton of fun. Everyone keeps DMing us about hats, and the hat that you're wearing now, they're going to be available there too. It's going to be fucking awesome. One night show, a ton of people. We're already starting to book, people to come on the show. It's going to be crazy. Dudes on Dudes, Games with Names, you and Jules. Dude, it's going to be fucking a blast.
Yes, it will be a blast. And I remember the Games with Names, what was it, last year, whatever month it was. We did 2 episodes then. We're actually going to be doing one epic episode this time coming up with Dudes on Dudes, just because we want the best that we can possibly do and give it our all in that one episode, give it our all to the fans. That's what they deserve, that are coming as well. It's going to be so much fun. And the merch, I'm talking these Nut House hats. I'm sure we're going to have plenty of shirts there for sale. We know Julian's master at the t-shirt game. He's not going to miss out on that opportunity. And I'm part of it now, so I don't want to miss out on that opportunity either. We're going to be talking real live stories. There's going to be no editing at all that can be done because it's going to be live.
Well, we're not going to edit shit. Oh,
we can edit maybe for the show when it comes out later, but we ain't editing what we're going to be saying right there on the spot that's live. So can't wait for it. The Games on Names was super successful when we had it in Boston, but this is even going to be bigger and badder. I can't wait. August 28th is coming up soon. It's about to be the end of summer. That's how you end summer with a bang. I'll see you guys there. Now let's get into it. Here's our interview with Roger Goodell.
All right, should we get into our first guest?
Yeah, shall we?
Let's go with the 8th commissioner of the National Football League. He doesn't need an introduction. Roger Goodell.
Roger.
Let's go, Rod.
Come on. No booze. Give it up for Roger, everyone.
long time.
Man, look how fit the commit.
Roger's looking fit right now. He's been working out. Are you on the
Man.
Tom Brady program?
You on TV 12?
Not a chance. I couldn't even buy that
Oh,
stuff.
thank you for coming on. We just started bringing on guests to our show, so this is still kind of experimental, but we thought we'd pretty much kick it off with something easy. What are you most excited about for this 2025 NFL football season? And can I call you commish?
You can call
Raj.
me. You can call me anything you want.
All right,
Jules.
just making
You're
sure.
A Super
I
Bowl
don't know.
MVP, man.
That's my guy. Hey.
I think I'm looking, it's always fun for me. This is my 44th season, by the way. And it's always fun to sort of, you think certain things are going to happen during the season, and it's completely the opposite. So it's individual performances, the team performances, competition. I'm looking forward to the international games. We got 3 new cities this year, which will be fun. And I'm actually looking forward to some of the platforms we're trying to bring more to NFL fans, which is like YouTube. And so we have our first game on YouTube from Brazil this year. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. And then we always love the holiday games.
Well, real quick, we didn't want to get into this right away, but we were we kind of had a pitch for the NFL.
Oh, yes, we do.
So something that we think that would be super innovative, bring a lot of viewership. What do you think about Wednesday night football?
We did have Wednesday football. Well, last year we had Christmas.
Christmas, I know, but I think we should do Wednesday night
We did
football.
Wednesday during COVID once. Remember that?
Yeah, I did.
The Steelers and the Ravens, I think.
I think, didn't we play on like a Tuesday? We
Yeah,
played
you
the
guys did
Chiefs on a
also,
Tuesday.
yeah.
That was a
But
funky
we
year.
were all waiting for tests, and we had
Yeah.
to play whenever we could that year.
That was nuts. We handled it
Wednesday
right.
football, I don't know. What do you guys think? Wednesday football?
Wednesday night football? Would you guys like that?
We got a German flag over there. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Deutschland, which will be in Germany this year, right? Frankfurt, I believe.
No, we're going to Berlin.
Berlin.
Yeah, first time in Berlin for a regular season game. So I'm looking forward to that one. That's a great city.
All right, Mr. Goodell, we go way back.
No, Gronk.
Roger.
Yeah, that's
Roger.
better.
I like that. I appreciate that.
Mr. Goodell.
Thank you for correcting me. But we go way back all the way to 2010 when I was infamously drafted in the second round, the first player ever to be drafted in the second round while being at the draft in New York City. I got a question though. It relates to the draft. Have you mastered the dap when the player gets drafted?
Yeah, I mean-
it's their happiest moment of their life as well.
Are you sore?
And are you sore the next day? Because
Yeah.
these 300-pound men are grabbing you, picking you up, squeezing you. Do you feel that pain the next day after dapping them up?
Oh yeah, no question. No, the guys who are the worst are when you see them coming and you know it's about to happen. You're ready for it. It's when they they let you down, then they come back for a second one, and that always gets me.
Yeah.
The kid from Cleveland Browns did that to me. He could have thrown me 5 rows into the stand, but it's my favorite moment actually, because these guys, it, Gronk. You come out there and you feel that emotion. You're now an NFL player, and you got the team. That's a good moment, right? And I think the guys feel that emotion.
Now, commish, Raj, how excited are we for flag football and what it's going to do? Are we shipping all our guys from the NFL to the flag football team? How's this all going to work out?
Retired players can play too.
Can we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but retired players are usually out of shape.
No, but I
We
think
look
that-
like we're in
No,
shape,
I
but
think
we're
this
really
is a great
not.
thing for the league. I mean, ultimately, what flag football does, it brings eyes around the world, which is the fastest growing girls sport, I believe, right now. And it's going to bring everyone down to see our sport. And this is going to be a great opportunity for us.
I agree with you. I think, Jules, the best thing about this is having the young women get to play our game, honestly. When you see them play and compete, and I got to tell you, they can play. There's some great athletes, so that's going to be a fun competition. And then just to see our guys. I don't know how many guys will do it, but I think it'll be a lot of fun to watch them, that's for sure.
It's going to be fun. And I think that the 7
Not a lot of roster spots either.
What is it, like 12? 15?
10-man roster is 16. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Competition, babe.
we'll see.
Roger, you have done such a great job expanding this game. We talked a little bit about it, how there's going to be a game in Berlin next year. I just want to thank you for that because it's expanding our platform as well. We're getting fans from all over the place. When you expand the game, you expand our brand as well. But where do you see the NFL going in the next 3-4 years? And how much expansion do you see overseas? Yes, we're in Europe. Yes, you're in Brazil. Are you going to be playing a game in China eventually? Is that on the radar? Where do you see the program going, just to be going totally abroad?
Well, Gronk, first I want to just touch on something. You're right. We increase the platform for the NFL and our clubs. We do it for our players, and I want to put the players on the biggest stage because you guys are the best, right?
1,000%.
On and off the field. You know they're entertaining. I know you notice that. But there's so many guys who bring so much to this game, but more importantly to our success ultimately, really. So for us, right now we're scheduled for Australia next season.
That'll be awesome.
26, which will be the longest trip we've had, of course. So that'll be a challenge for us. We definitely want to get to Asia. We want to play games in Asia, whether that's China, Singapore, Tokyo. We've got our eyes on all of them. But we want to make the game global. Ultimately, we think we can play 16 games in a season. Everybody would play. And I think that's the kind of competition and I think the fun. Do we ever expand and have teams there? I think that'll happen someday. I really do.
Whoa. Now that's awesome. I was just thinking about the experience for the player. Like, that was the first time I ever left the country, is when we went to England.
That's not uncommon. I mean,
that's most of the guys, I believe. You know,
we
a
used
lot of
to
guys,
have to go
we're
and get
very
everybody
domestic
passports.
sport.
Yeah.
And it gives a great...
Nowadays, it's not quite so... The guys have their passports. I mean, I get calls from guys who are all over the world. They're just traveling right now. That's what they love to do it. So.
It gives us the ability to feel like the other sport a little bit because we are so domesticated with our fan group and everything. Everyone talks about how we own America. But like, we don't go to other countries like basketball or soccer, how that's built into their lifestyle. This gives us a little chance of that, and it's really cool for the athlete. It's a bitch, don't get me wrong. It's hard having to get your routine over to that, but the experience for everything, I think, is a slam dunk. It's awesome. Now, Commish, who are some of the unsung heroes at the NFL office?
We got a lot of them. I start with the woman who's outside on our floor when you come off the elevator. She was there every single day during COVID, every single day. And she had to take a bus and a subway to get there. And so we just have people who they are committed to this game. They work 7 days a week, just like the players do and the coaches do. They're all working to try to make this game better. And so as individuals, our staff is unbelievable. You know, the staffs on the teams do the same thing. They bust their ass to try to do this the right way. And every time we have an event, every time we do something with the NFL, we want to raise the bar.
Without a doubt. And you guys do. Last question, and we got to get to the question.
Yes, it's a two-part question here. It goes hand in hand. The NFC Championship game and the AFC Championship game are both the same day. You know, the Sunday, 2 Sundays before the Super Bowl. How do you pick what game you're going to that day between the AFC game and the NFC game? And on top of that, how many Super Bowls have you been to in your lifetime?
Well, I'll go with the second one. I think it's got to be 30 plus. I haven't counted them up. It's got to be
30 plus Soupies.
It's got to be because I came. It's 44 seasons, so I got to believe it. I used to, when we had the Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl, I used to go to that, not the Super Bowl.
What was the first one?
First Super Bowl was Super Bowl in New Orleans in 1985. Bears Patriots.
The Bears.
Bears Patriots.
Bears Patriots. We were up 3-0 on that game. We were up 3-0
for
at
3
one
minutes.
point
I think it was
in that game.
And how do you pick between the AFC and NFC Championship game?
It depends where I went earlier in the year and where I went the last year. So I try to flip-flop them a little bit and try to get there, but it's no magic, no science to it.
That makes sense.
Awesome.
Bro, you ever show up to game night and your buddy tries to act like he's the king of ping pong?
Bro, because I am the king. You saw that, Spike.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it fly in the neighbor's pool.
Okay, fair. But that's when I choose chill and crack open a Coors Light.
Vibes were high, cooler was stocked, and win or loss, that first sip hit harder than the Gronk ping pong spike.
When the mountains turn blue, you know it's as cold as the Rockies.
Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. That's what I'm talking about. Crisp, refreshing, mountain cold refreshment.
When you embrace a chill mindset, It's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light.
So whether you're dropping dimes or dropping the ball,
Make the most out of the times you choose chill. Choose Coors Light.
get Coors delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/dudes. That's CoorsLight.com/dudes.
Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer, celebrate responsibly.
Okay, now, Mr. Commish, Raj, we're going to ask you a series of patent questions that we came up with in our system at the Nut House to determine what kind of dude you are going to be in the locker room. That's what our show is. It's dudes on dudes. We talk about dudes.
I like that.
And then we determine what kind of dude they're going to be. So, hard-hitting, quick questions. All right? We got our notepads. Rob, do you want to start the clock? All right.
You want me to start it off?
Start it off.
All right.
It's really easy.
Dude Questionnaire, question number 1. Who is your favorite non-football athlete?
Favorite non-football athlete?
Playing today?
Whenever.
Doesn't matter?
Whenever.
Doesn't matter.
Current, past?
I'd say that's a really tough one, but I'm going to go with Jackie Joyner-Kersee.
Who?
Jackie Joyner-Kersee.
Okay.
She can play.
I see that. Mm-hmm. What was your first car?
A Honda Civic.
Honda Civic. Ooh. Good gas mileage.
How many slices of pizza do you eat at one time?
You guys aren't going to believe this, but I don't eat pizza that much. So
Really?
no, so I can't eat cheese, so I
No
don't eat
pizza.
that much pizza. But
No pizza, Rob. Put that down.
so that's going to put me in the bad dude category. I know, but
He is on
Easy.
the Brady
I
program
eat a lot
right
of
now.
other bad stuff.
This is an easy one, Raj. Who's the coolest person in your phone?
Oh man,
You got a lot of cool people. He
You know-
runs the sickest business in the world.
the coolest person. I guess that's for you guys to decide. But last year I was asked a similar question, and I gave five options. I think they came up with Jay-Z. So Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
And he's
Jay-Z's
here.
here, I
Jay-Z.
think.
He's here.
Heck
Wow.
yeah, we got Jay-Z.
Wow. What was your college GPA?
College GPA.
At least you didn't ask me my high school GPA. College was better. I think I was like a 3.7.
3.7.
Not bad. You're smart.
3.7.
If you asked me in my high school, though, I barely got into college.
Smarty
3.6.
pants right here.
What movie have you seen the most?
I'm probably putting Rocky up there.
Rocky?
Oh.
Robbie,
that.
you see that, Rocky?
Ivan Drago, I must break you. Everyone says I look like him.
He looks like Drago.
All right, if you weren't the commissioner of the NFL, what would you be doing for a job?
Well, my favorite job in my life, honestly, other than being commissioner or being in the NFL, was being a bartender.
Bartender.
I loved being a bartender.
What's your drink of choice to make?
That's how I got through college, actually. I was a bartender.
Cocktails and Raj. And
I was
dreams?
pretty good at beers and shots. How's
Beers
that?
and shots. All right,
Beers
just
and
make
shots.
We would have been your
Cocktails and
best
drink.
customers early on in our career.
Yeah, you.
We're good tippers.
I would have liked you.
So-
I would have liked you guys in there.
Bartender. Hell of a beer. All right, did you play any?
Hopefully, I wouldn't be doing that today, but who
Yeah,
knows,
we'll just
but,
say yeah. For the show. What sport did you play in high school?
Football, basketball, and baseball.
Positions?
Football, I played safety and tight end. I was as good as Gronk.
Safety and tight end,
All
Gronk.
right, how many catches did you have your senior year? Because my senior year in high school, I only had 8 catches at the tight end
I
position.
wasn't far off of that. They couldn't throw back then, right, Gronk?
All right, we ran the ball one time, 52 out of 52 plays at my high school. So
I think you did okay, though, Gronk.
Did you have more than 8 catches though your senior year?
8 catches? I got to have more than 8 catches.
All right,
But it's
you were
probably,
better than me.
it's probably close.
You were better than me then.
So he was a tight end. Point guard?
Yep.
Point guard. He was dishing.
all right.
Baseball, I was pitcher and second base.
All right.
Pitcher and second.
Yeah.
So not a crazy strong arm because you weren't playing short, but you had some stuff.
Well, I didn't want to waste it. Unless
you
I
had
was
some
on the
stuff.
mound,
I
right?
get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
And then what was your 40 time?
What was Brady's? I beat him. I know that.
Ooh, beat Brady 4.9. 4.9. He was a 4.9.
Brady had a 4.9?
Nah, I think he was a 5.2, but we'll give you 4.9. We'll put it on the books.
We'll say 4.8.
All right, last couple. I'll give you the last one, Rob. Favorite NFL rule?
How about overtime?
Overtime.
Yeah.
Overtime.
I like overtime games. That's
I
what,
like
that's
that.
what we
More
do. right?
football.
Yeah.
More football.
More football.
As in,
Last question.
all right, let's get a little bit more specific. Like the the Super Bowl overtime rules or the playoff overtime rules? Because they're a little bit different.
Well, I love the Super Bowl because you go to you win, right?
First time we ever had it.
It's tough to do, obviously, when you're in regular season or even in the playoffs. But Super Bowl, yeah, we go until you win, right?
Yep.
That's it.
Both teams get it, an opportunity.
Yeah.
And what I love about it too is that the rule that changed was if you kick a field goal, the other team still gets an opportunity.
No, even
after
if
the
you
first
score a
drive.
touchdown in the Super Bowl,
now you get the ball regardless.
now you get an opportunity too. That's why
In the Super
Kyle
Bowl.
Shanahan,
Yep.
we all like, why did he take
no,
the ball?
in the
or was he
playoffs too. Yeah, in
playoffs?
the regular season.
Different rule.
Uh-huh. All right, and the final question
Final
to
question.
determine what type of dude Roger Goodell is. How do you eat your steak?
How do you eat your steak?
Medium.
Medium?
Medium.
With fork and knife?
It depends. If I'm sitting at a table and I gotta mind my manners, I'll use my fork. But if I'm not, let's go. Let's eat. Right?
See,
Using
there
your
you
hands?
go.
I like that.
All right, can me and Grob just have a little word to ourselves real quick to determine what kind of guy
To
he is?
determine what type of dude he is.
He only had a 3.7.
Yeah. He should have been a 4.0 guy, but
But he did beat Brady in a 40.
yeah, he's kind of fast.
He's fat. Doesn't eat pizza.
Jay-Z.
But he loves the overtime.
Yeah,
overtime.
and he has Jay-Z in his phone. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, one,
right.
2, 3. Dude. What do you guys
I'll
think?
take that.
Yes.
I'll take that.
What do
yeah.
you guys think?
I'll take that.
I mean, you think about it.
What really makes you a dude is that you wanted to be a bartender if you weren't the NFL commissioner.
If he wasn't the commission, he wanted to give people a couple drinks to let them have a great night. Also, what made you a dude's dude?
You know
I
what?
believe.
You know what the big deal about being a bartender though is great. Yeah, you do make people happy, but it's really learning how to deal with people.
You learn a lot too.
You've done a hell of a lot.
Learn a lot,
And
and that's why you're a dude's dude.
yeah,
You're
it's
always
fun.
learning. I also loved. I love the no pizza thing, and you weren't afraid to say it in front of a room full of people.
I know, but we got
A guy-
a pizza sponsor, so I'm probably.
And we're in New
trouble.
York right now, and you say you don't like pizza in a room full of New Yorkers and stuff. It's crazy, but you're a dude's dude. Did we miss anything, Commish?
I don't think so, but I appreciate what you guys do.
Thank you
for us,
guys.
man.
Thank you
guys
so
are
much
best.
for coming on
Thank
to
you
our
all
show.
so
Everyone,
much. Roger,
NFL commissioner.
Thank you.
You're the best, man.
Summer is here, and you can now get almost anything you need for your sunny days delivered with Uber Eats.
What do you mean by almost?
Well, you can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get chicken parmesan delivered.
A day at the lake? That's a no.
A Philly cheesesteak? That's a yes.
A nice tan? Sorry, no. But a box fan? Happily, yes.
What about a day of sunshine? Not happening. A box of fine wines? Yes, that's happening. Delivery on its way.
Okay, how about some clear skies? Nope.
Well then, how about some French fries? Yep.
A cabana? No, not that. A banana? Yes, that.
How about a freshly cut lawn? Can't help you there. But a barbecued prawn? Order it and it's on its way. Even throw in some paper towels to clean up after the feast.
So while you can't get fun in the sun delivered, don't worry because you can get pork buns delivered. Uber Eats can definitely get you that.
Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now.
Alcohol in select markets, product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
Oh man, Roger Goodell, what a moment that was, doing our third live show ever. And we get the NFL commissioner to join Dudes on Dudes. That's absolutely epic. I appreciate Roger Goodell big time. That was truly my first time, where I got to interact with him on a personal basis. Yes, I met him before, for a minute or two, but to really sit down with him, interview Roger Goodell, and get to know him on a personal level was just phenomenal. He's such a cool guy. He really, really is. I didn't think that he was going to be like that. Like, I thought a commissioner would be all buttoned up, suit and tie, giving proper answers. Like, he was so laid back. It was like having a conversation with him while drinking a beer at the bar. And that's what I really love about the commission. And that's why I feel like he's been so successful as well, because he can relate not just to the players, not just to the owners, but he can relate to the fans, even though he gets booed all the time, like no matter where he goes, when he gets called out onto a stage, he gets booed all the time. But after sitting down with him, I think those boos are kind of unfairly justified. Like, he's doing such a great job, and he communicates with the fans as well. He gives what the fans want. And that's what was so cool about interviewing him as well, because that's what he wants to do. He wants to give the fans the best possible product that can be developed in the National Football League and put it out there, out on the football field. I got to ask him questions about Wednesday Night Football, and that's definitely a possibility for sure. It depends on, when that will be. It's clearly not going to be throughout, week 1 and week 2. Like, he pulled it off before to have Wednesday Night Football, but I highly doubt that it's going to be all the time. But he didn't argue against it. So he wants football every single night, but who doesn't want football every single night? It absolutely sucks when you're just chilling on a weekday and it's like Wednesday night and like you're studying some notes and you're like, oh, I'm going to put the game on in the background. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, it's Wednesday night. There's no game on. Like, studying your notes, whatever you're studying, sucks then, because you can't just look up and watch the football game. So yes, Roger, we do need Wednesday Night Football. The fans want Wednesday Night Football. We don't care if the product of the game is that, isn't as quality as a Sunday game, but there's still football on TV, and that's better than no football. That's better than no NFL on the television screen.
Hey, I got to stand up for Jules here, give some Mac some representation. There is Maction on Wednesday nights. It's not the NFL, but there is some football on Wednesday nights. But like right before we went out there with Commissioner Goodell, we were all thinking Wiz. He was going to be a Wiz. And then like when you guys got to talk to him and after the questionnaire, like dude. Who knew, right? And like his favorite movie was Rocky. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah. Favorite movie was Rocky. And we all truly did think that he was going to be a whiz. Like, you got to be super smart to be the commish. But to tell you the truth, meeting these high-end CEOs, commissioners, owners of the NFL, it's not their person. It's not them being a super genius and being super smart. It's them being so personable. Mm-hmm. And that's what Roger Goodell was. And that's what was the surprise, to myself and to Julian and to you, Kyler, is that we just thought he was going to be a whiz, just like a genius. And turns out, I mean, he didn't even have that good of grades in school, but the guy was so personable and so relatable, not just to Julian and I, but to the fans, I feel like, as well, and obviously to the owners as well. He's got to be truly relatable to them because that's who's paying him, that's who he's answering to. But just overall, man, it was a great conversation. It was just so cool. It was just epic. I mean, who would ever thought in a million years when I got drafted in 2010 that, when I give Roger Goodell a big hug, that's what also I talked to him about. Hey, like, do you have to recover after draft night? Because you got 300-pound guys that are all juiced up, all happy, just coming up and giving you a big hug and slapping you on the back. Like, how injured are you the next day? So we got to have some fun about that. He answered that as well. And he chuckled about it. So just overall, man, it was legit. It really was.
That was great. And thanks again for Fanatics Fest for setting that all up, giving us the RKK interview and Roger Goodell as well.
Yeah, Fanatics Fest, came through, Kyler. No doubt about that. They gave us a stage. They gave us a presence. And that's all you can ask for in this life, so you can take advantage of that opportunity. So thank you to Michael Rubin for hooking that up, giving us not just a stage that had dudes on dudes in the background, a stage that was phenomenal. That was an A-game stage, and also setting it up so fans can come around us, and enjoy our show too. And we want to thank all the fans at Fanatics Fest that came, because there were so many activities to do and so many other podcasts going on, and we had a wonderful crowd around us as well. It was basically sold out. We had about 1,000 people there, and there's so much other activities to do. So thank you to the fans that came out at Fanatics Fest and sat there and listened to us, on our very first ever live show of Dudes on Dudes.
And one more thing before we wrap up Fanatics Fest talk. We were, to give Julian shit on the last show, we were looking through like the scorings of all that little competition they did. And one stuck out. You won the hockey competition, the puck into the laundry machines. You won that one. So I was just like, I saw that. I was like, fuck yeah, Rob. Hell yeah. So,
I was proud. I was proud. I wasn't so proud about my performance overall, but my hockey performance was excellent. Aiden Ross was there, and I checked him into the boards right after. He was talking shit like he always does because he's a YouTuber. So I was like, yo, skate right by me. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, skate right by me. I'm going to check you into the boards. But, I didn't lay the wood on him. It was probably about a 10% check that I could have possibly given him, or else he would have been in the hospital, and then he wouldn't be able to stream anymore with all the streamers, and then he wouldn't be able to make any money, and then he would have probably sued Fanatics Fest and actually probably made more money then. But I took it easy on you, Aiden Ross. Next year, though, I'm going to absolutely lay your ass out, buddy, and that's what's up. So you better watch out. You better not come my way. But the hockey thing, I'm proud of that. I was high score, and I could have dominated a lot more, but I missed by like an inch on a lot of things. Like I hit the 3-pointers in the basketball shooting, but like I missed 4 out of the 5 2-pointers. Like you can't win when you miss 4 out of the 5 2-pointers, but you do pretty well on the 3-pointers. The golf game, I absolutely bombed. The pitching, I should have had a way better score, in the pitching game, the baseball pitching thing where you hit the targets. But let me tell you, like, I was just off. Like if I practiced one time before, I could have doubled what my score was. So I messed up myself. It was my fault. I didn't do any practice at all, and I was planning on it, and I just didn't. So I messed up there, man. I messed up. So I'm going to have redemption next year. Obviously, Tom won it all because, it's rigged. I told Rubin, I told Rubin it's rigged. Like, how did he get a score of 399 and my score was like 286? They rigged it. Obviously, they gave him high scores in the punching bag. They rigged that machine. That's one you can rig. He's a golfer, so he rigged that himself. So he's lame. He golfs all the time. He's got so much time on his hand because he has golf courses like in his backyard at his houses.
The big takeaway is Jules finished behind Tiffany Haddish. So
yeah, well, the big takeaway was that Jules was on the IR after 2 performances, after 2 sporting games. This guy gave it his all in the NFL and for the New England Patriots. That he's hurting now, to this day because of what he did out on the field. So I gotta respect that. Jules was, a little bit banged up and wanted to, focus on dudes. So I appreciate that, Jules. He sacrificed his athletic abilities to have a better dudes on dudes show. So you got to appreciate that. And also that was one less, guy I had to, had to compete versus and win that $1 million cash. But unfortunately I got in like 15th place and didn't get the $1 million, but I'm coming for it next year. Brady, you're going down. I'm going to make sure the machines aren't rigged and the games aren't rigged this year. And like the soccer shooting was difficult. Like I got it down after a couple and I hit a couple 10s in the right-hand corner. But like you watch Tom and he's barely kicking the ball and is dribbling into the 5 that's on the ground. Like you got to have to kick it at a reasonable speed. It was like a little 4-year-old sissy girl kicking the ball. It looked like when Tom was doing it. Like that's rigging the game. Like you at least have to give it a good try. Like I was actually kicking the ball as hard as I possibly could at some points, but like barely tapping it. Like that's not a true goal. That's not true athleticism. Like anyone could have done that. So like that's what I'm talking about. Like there needs to be better rules next year. Like you got to give it like true effort. Like it's a real sporting game.
Hashtag Fanatics Fest rigged.
You know him. You love him. The big guy with the red tie is back in the all-new Donkey Kong Bonanza game on Nintendo Switch 2 system.
In this brand new DK adventure, he's teaming up with talented singer Pauline as they explore a wild underground world.
He can punch through walls, carve tunnels, and rip up chunks of terrain on his non-stop quest for golden bananas.
Unleash your inner Kong in Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately. And now let's get into the chillest dude of the week, brought to you by our favorite beer, Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/dudes. And remember, celebrate responsibly. Oh, wow. There's a Coors Light handed me just like that. Here we go. Ooh, that sounded nice. That was refreshing.
Cheers.
Coors Light. Cold as the Rockies. Cheers, my friends.
Cheers. Let's hit the hotline again. That number is 561-203-5789. 561-203-5789. Let's get into it.
Come on, Kyler. Let's get into it. Julian's not here today, so this show is all about me. I'm hitting the hotline. This is my favorite part of Dudes on Dudes. Is not talking about other dudes, but hanging out with dudes that call in and answering other dudes' random questions that are always absurd. This is when I strive as well. So, Kyler, hit that play button. Let's hear the first question presented by Coors Light.
Hey guys, I was wondering if you guys ever had any favorite practice squad players. I know a lot of people are coming in and off the practice squad each year. I was wondering if any of you guys had any favorite guys off the practice squad. Thank you.
This is an easy question. My favorite guy on the practice squad, his name was Ross Ventrone. Rusty Benson was his nickname. That's why I was about to call him Russ Ventrone. But Rusty Benson, he been cut and brought back on the roster more times than anyone in a single year, that he even had an article written about him in Sports Illustrated by, I'm pretty sure, the legendary writer Peter King. And Ross Ventrone just, didn't have that record, but he made me the player that I was, at the beginning of my career, especially my second year in the league when I broke every single record. I went versus him on a daily basis. He gave me a great look on the practice squad. Yes, I was physically way bigger than him, but his heart was just as big as anyone else's. And he gave me a look, and he never backed down to get physical with me, to give me that look, to slow me down. So every single Sunday during that second year, in the league, I was prepared for that game, and I dominated on a daily basis. And Ross Ventrone helped get me to that level. And not just that, there's a third thing that was great about him, is that he was a poet. And he stood up in front of our classroom and he wrote poems and he presented them in front of the team. So we appreciate everything that he did for the Patriots while he was there, especially when he broke the record for most transactions in a year. It was just legendary. Him and Coach Belichick had a wonderful relationship.
2011, he had 15 transactions with the Patriots. And then throughout his career with the Patriots, he had 31 total transactions. Mm-hmm. Man. Well, shout out Ross, product of Villanova.
Told you he's a legend, a transaction legend. He's a transaction. Oh, a lot of NBA players know about transactions. Yeah. He beats them all. He beats them all.
I just wanted to know, what, in your opinion, is the best college that allows football players to be fed into the NFL?
I mean, obviously, I'm going with the University of Arizona. I mean, they produce myself, Antoine Cason, and Earl Mitchell, my brother Chris Gronkowski at fullback position, and just so many others as well. Nick Foles, but
Lance Briggs. Teddy
Bruschi. I mean, there's so many others as well that
McMillan and the rookie.
There we go. Yeah.
Marquise Flowers,
the rookie, a top 10 pick this year, to the Carolina Panthers. Now, that's just a decent program. We got a lot of NFL guys that their University of Arizona produces, but it's definitely not a powerhouse like these others. Like, you got Notre Dame. They have like a billion guys in the NFL, but I would say the biggest powerhouse, it's hard for me to be able to decipher the best one out there because you have to kind of be a part of it. But from looking on the outside and interacting with the players in the NFL that went to these college, I would have to say that Florida produced at a high rate, was one of the best colleges, to produce and develop a player and get to the NFL at beginning of my NFL career. I'd probably say from 2010 to 2014, 15. And then Alabama took that over. And Alabama has probably been the best program to produce and develop a player from high school throughout college, and then shoot them into the NFL. And not just a few guys, we're talking a ton of guys.
Now, do you think that that's going to change with the Saban era ending and maybe some of the other programs, Ohio State, or do you think with NIL and guys moving around that you might lose a little bit of that consolidation of like a NFL factory of these big time college programs?
There'll be a few powerhouses that stay powerhouses. Maybe like Alabama will always be a powerhouse with producing NFL talent and just producing a great college program. Maybe not to the extent that it was from like 2015 to like 2022. Like that was just a ridiculous era, but they're always going to be producing guys. I'm sure like every 5 years it's going to switch to a different program. Like Ohio State right now is probably the program for the last year to be producing talent and then bringing them to the NFL. So, and then with the NIL, I would say that the lesser programs like the MAC programs, Conference USA, they're actually going to produce less now. They already had guys, you know, maybe one guy on their roster would go to the NFL. Well, that one guy now is going to get grabbed by these bigger schools, you know, and get paid by these bigger schools. And then, you know, they would go to the NFL from there. So that's who gets most affected, that I feel like that I see, you know, getting affected by it. So the powerhouses will always produce because they got the money to bring in the best guys. But these little tiny schools, like they're going to be hurting with talent because they're going to get scooped right up and paid by the big dogs.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, here's another one.
Hey, Gronk, saw you recently dropped that new Bylt collection of underwear. Saw the pictures on Instagram and got to say the piece was looking big. Was that all natural or digitally enhanced? Thank you.
Oh man, this guy must have a hammer, and his name must be Jack if he's asking this question. Like it just makes
Jack,
sense,
right?
Yeah, that's definitely a guy named Jack, a random Jack out there. But he's got to have a hammer if he's checking out my hammer. But let me tell you, it was natural and digitally enhanced. I mean, to be able to look that good, you have to be natural, but you also need the lighting that comes into play. You also need a great angle. You also need a great cameraman to get that angle as well with a great
It's a team
screen.
effort.
Yeah, so it was just a team effort overall. And that Bylt underwear collection is just popping. I actually just got 16 new pairs of underwear delivered to me yesterday as we speak. And guess what? I'm going on vacation in all July. I'll be out of country, and I'm bringing those 16 pairs of underwear, and I'm going to do my own separate photo shoot because the colors are just like the pastel colors that look just fantastic and make your tan pop. So I'm going to be using them as a bathing suit. So check out my Instagram stories throughout July because I'm going to be posting some pictures, and I'm going to digitally enhance that package as well to make it look like I have a Subway footlong.
Were you going on vacation? Anywhere fun?
I'm not telling you. I'll tell you after. I don't tell people where I'm going. But after it's done, then I let everyone know where I was. But I'll be somewhere in this world, Kyler. I'll be somewhere in this world.
Do you guys believe in curses? Obviously, coming from Boston, 04 Red Sox. I'm a Falcon fan, so I'm asking 28-3 from your perspective. And if not, or if so, can Michael Penix be the one that breaks the curse?
All right, Kyler, can you get me up to date on the 04 Red Sox, please, with the curse? Wasn't that the year that they were down like 3-0 and then they came back and beat the Yankees, correct?
Yeah, they were down 3-0 in the ALCS, and then they came back one game 4 and over in extra innings, and then won 4 in a row, and then beat and swept the Cardinals. And then won, I think, 3 since, or 2 past.
They beat the Yankees. They came back when they were down 3-0 versus. Yeah. Okay, so this guy kind of threw me off. He's like, "Do you believe in curses?" And he's like, "I'm coming from Boston with the 04 Red Sox," and it's like the Red Sox were cursed, but no, the Red Sox did the cursing.
So the curse was, but prior to that, I think Babe Ruth was traded or sold to the Yankees. I think 1917 or whatever. That was the last time they won a World Series, and then he went to the Yankees, and it was the curse of the Bambino for almost 100 years that was then broken in 04, and that was them breaking the curse, as Boston lore goes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was like 86 years or something that they hadn't won a World Series.
Okay, I see. Hold on one second. My dog is eating a roll of tape. And our background producers of the show cannot get my dog. He keeps running away. So we have a mission on our hands. I think Ralphie next year should join the Fanatics games because he is one athletic dog. But Sam cannot get it out of his mouth. Hold on one second. I might need to come in for some help.
Go do your thing. And I'm just going to give more info about the Red Sox curse that most of our Boston listeners know. But 1986, they also lost the World Series to the Mets with the famous Bill Buckner, error. And they haven't won since 1918.
No tape, dude. No tape. All right. We're back. Sorry. My dog was eating a roll of tape. All right, we're back to the curses. We didn't need my dog to get cursed and swallow some tape and have a taped up butthole and not be able to poop and be cursed with diarrhea in his stomach for 5 days. That would be no good. So we're back. But no, I don't believe in curses, really. I truly think the better team won each time as well. The Red Sox were a better team. They came back and dominated, and they swept the Cardinals actually in the World Series as well, just to show their greatness. But that Falcons game, it's talked about all the time. And I was on the sidelines for this game, but I'm telling you right now, we were dominating the whole game. There was just a couple plays that didn't go our way in the first half. You know, the pick six interception. We were driving down the field. We just couldn't put points up on the board. If you look in the stat sheet, we were dominating them in the first half. And Coach Belichick even mentioned that in the second half, like, hey, let's just stick to our game. But we just can't make any mistakes. And we just got to dominate when we need to dominate and make the plays when we need to make the plays. And that's exactly what happened. We stuck to the game plan. And this time they gave up. We were in better shape than them. We had like 100 or so plays on the offense side of the ball. Their defense was tired. I'm telling you, the better team won that day. It was just a terrible, terrible first half. So I don't truly believe in curses, especially for the reason what I just gave you is that we were the better team when we played the Atlanta Falcons.
Now, you grew up in Buffalo in the 90s. Like, is that team cursed? Buffalo's never won a Super Bowl? Or like, Cubs were, cursed the Billy Goat for a while? Or you just think it's all horseshit?
No, that's true. The Buffalo curse may be true because I missed a field goal, right? Wide right or wide left. And then when I was doing the FanDuel Kick of Destiny and I was live, I missed a field goal wide left as well. So it's just a curse of the kickers, coming out of Buffalo, and or playing in Buffalo. So the resemblance right there is true. That's the only thing that's a true curse is the Buffalo Bills right now. They just can't get a Super Bowl win, even though they get super close every single year.
Do you want to do one more?
Yeah, one more, baby.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, Jules and Gronk. It's Eric from Ukipa, California. So do you guys have any plans for more fan events, specifically here on the West Coast or really anywhere? I'll travel to see you guys. But I'm here on the West Coast, so that'd be cool. And also, where can I get some merchandise? I had a JE11 hat back in the day that somehow, unfortunately, got lost at some point. So anything like with games with names or dudes on dudes merch or JE11 and Gronk stuff, I want to show my support and rep you guys on your shows. Anyway, love you both. Be blessed.
Well, Eric from Ukipa, is that how you say it, Kyler?
I have no Ukipa. I don't know. Yeah.
California. Only Jules will know where that is because he's a California boy. But
He'll
unfortunately,
know where it is, but not know how to pronounce it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he definitely wouldn't know how to pronounce it. And I definitely don't know how either. And if I'm getting it right, well, then thank you, God. That's the first name or place I've been able to say right. That's a difficult word. So thank you if I did. Ukipa, it's our little word together, Kyler. But Julian would know where that is, but he's out there in California somewhere searching for that, not acting like a squirrel, and that's why he's not in the show. But Eric, that's funny that you just asked that question because at the beginning of the show, we were talking about how we were just at Fanatics Fest, interacting with fans, having our first ever live Dudes on Dudes show. And let me tell you something, Eric, we're having our first ever live Dudes on Dudes show, August 28th. I was just talking about it at the beginning of the show. It's going to be at the MGM Grand Music Center, at Fenway Park, August 28th. So, Eric, hopefully you can fly in, get your tickets July 11th, starting at 10 a.m. And hurry up, Eric, get them fast because it's going to be sold out. And that's where you can interact with us. We'll be signing autographs on stage, answering fans' questions as well. It's going to be a blast. It's exactly what you're looking for, Eric. And on top of it, the merchandise is fire. You're right. Julian Edelman, the Squirrel, has been putting out merchandise for over a decade now, and it's all super fine. It's legit. It's top of the top. And we'll be selling merchandise at the live show of Dudes on Dudes. And Kyler, I'm sure we can get some merchandise, somewhere else. Can you tell us where, Kyler?
Well, TBD. We've been working on a shop for a while. It's coming out soon. The best place to get merchandise will be at the live show, and maybe we'll do some giveaways in between then. And then also, Eric, why don't you DM the Dudes on Dudes Instagram? I'll answer that for you. I have a closet full of old JE11 shit from the last decade. I was thinking about dropping it off at Goodwill. Maybe I'll bring it to the live show and toss it to some people. So Eric, DM me. Tell me what hat you had. I'll see if I got some old stuff. Maybe I'll get some stuff at the live show. But yeah, Rob, you hit it. We're going to be in Boston, going to be with the fans August 28th, MGM Music Hall at Fenway. Tickets are on sale July 11th at 10 a.m. Go to Ticketmaster.com. There'll be a link on our YouTube. There'll be links in descriptions and in our bio and our Hoobie, just pretty much everywhere our stories. Look out for us. The show's going to be called Gronk and Jules Present Welcome to the Nut House. It's going to be games with names, dudes on dudes, special guests, fun shit, interactions, fan questions, a whole thing. It's going to be rad. So we'll see you guys there. It's going to be, get your tickets because I think it's going to move fast.
You want to know what I'm looking forward to, Kyler, is the special guest, because I don't even know who the special guest is going to be yet. So I'm looking forward to the show because I want to be surprised and I want to be, all joyful with who the special guest is going to be. And I'm sure it's going to be a true special guest, especially being our first live show up in the Boston area. We can't go, with no slouch. We got to go with a top dog, and I'm sure that we're going to. So I can't wait to hear on the side when you guys finally want to tell me, Kyler, who it's going to be.
Well, shit, we might need you to DM some people and get some big names.
Oh, you're going to need me? You're going to need me? See, that's why I brought it up. I was just making sure, that you had someone in mind. But if you're going to need my help, let me know. I'll definitely try and get it done.
We've got some interesting names cooking, and we'll be in Boston that week before shooting a bunch of cool content with Dunkin' Donuts and just a bunch of awesome shit. So, going to be a fun time in Boston in August, and we can't wait to see you guys get your tickets.
And what's really cool about that as well, too, having that live show on August 28th, is that we're going to get a good feel of the New England Patriots. Obviously, we're going to be in Boston, so a lot of Patriot fans are going to be there. There'll probably be 95% of Patriot fans, and they'll be about a month into training camp, so we can talk about where the New England Patriots are at, what we see with what's cooking with them, what their weaknesses are, what they got to do to improve going into the season in about 2 weeks. So that'll be very interesting. That'll be some great talks as well, because I'm sure the fans will want to hear our opinion on what the state of the New England Patriots are a month into training camp and about a week or two away from the first game. So that's going to be special right there as well. And I'm sure Julian, he loves going to Patriot, practices and training camp. So I'm sure he's going to get a live perspective up front and up and close and personal with the players, because he's going to be at the practices. I doubt that you're going to catch me there. That's why I sent Julian. He's the scout for Dudes on Dudes. So he'll be there and he'll be able to give a glimpse of what's going on inside the huddle, with our live show August 28th at MGM Music Hall at Fenway. Let's go. And that was the chillest dude of the week. Thanks to our favorite beer, Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/dudes and celebrate responsibly. Well, everyone, that's been another episode of Dudes on Dudes. We personally want to thank Roger Goodell, and thank you, Michael Rubin, once again. And thank you, Fanatics Fest, for throwing a special event. I was there last year for the first one, and then I was there this year for the second one. I thought you couldn't even top it off after the first year, and you guys took it to a whole nother level. So Rubin, keep doing what you're doing. Fanatics Fest, everyone that's a part of it, thank you for putting on such a special, memorable festival where we can interact with fans and also, most importantly, play games and activities. Love that. Love staying active. Love playing sports. So thank you guys. And remember, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Comment a dude you want us to do, and rate and review. Call in and ask us a question on the Chill Line at 561-203-5789. And remember to follow Dudes on Dudes on YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Snapchat. We will see you all next week. Dudes on Dudes is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.